Was braucht es, damit IT-Support in einem globalen Konzern nicht nur effizienter, sondern für Mitarbeitende nahezu unsichtbar wird? In dieser Episode von Meikes Raumzeit spreche ich mit Jayant Deulgaonkar, Head of SIAM, Technology und Integration sowie General Manager bei Siemens Technology India, über die Entwicklung von MyIT, dem zentralen IT-Zugang für Siemens-Mitarbeitende weltweit. Und darüber hinaus sprechen wir, wie sich die Plattform in den vergangenen 14 Jahren vom Serviceportal zu einer hochautomatisierten Grundlage für KI-gestützten Support entwickelt hat. Wir sprechen über die Rolle von ServiceNow, über Datenqualität, Standardisierung und Governance als Voraussetzung für wirksame Automatisierung. Das Gespräch mit Jayant wird auf Englisch geführt, da er englischsprachig ist.
First of all, before we dive into the topic itself, I would like to ask you to quickly present yourself. What's your job, your role within the company?
Sure. So I'm Jayant. I'm based out of Pune in India. I work for Siemens AG because there are many Siemens, so I work for Siemens AG. We have a department called SIAM in Technology and Integration, primarily looking at the technology solutions for service integration and management. I head that, which is a global team, and I take care of the platform globally.
Okay, so just to understand it, it's a Siemens AG, and then it's part IT or the SIAM IT.
Yes.
Is this a project or a platform in it? Just to kind of get it correct.
So we are working for IT, and for IT there are many services.
Okay.
Yeah? And these services, there has to be some orchestration so that they work together very well. And this is where our department, which is service integration and management, comes into picture.
Yeah.
And we sort of empower and help services to deliver better user experience with higher automation and with self-healing technologies.
Yeah.
And that is the department all about. So we have process governance. We have also consulting to services, how to adopt SIAM concepts. Then we have IT asset management reporting, and of course, ServiceNow is one of the big portion of the portfolio.
Yeah.
So this is the overarching service integration and management. Out of that, I'm focused on ServiceNow players.
Okay. So you were speaking in the customer panel this morning about MyIT. That's actually the project we're going to talk about. I call it project. Sorry, maybe that's the wrong term. Please correct me. But can you tell us more? What is the idea behind it? Well, when did it go live? Can you give us as well a bit of a time?
So MyIQ is, we call it as a service, which is providing service to all the services
Okay.
to have the user interface.
Okay.
And this idea was born because before that, Siemens had multiple user-facing portals, user-facing applications, which were then focusing on some or other service or some applications. And the user was confused where to go for everything. Yeah? So they need to remember, if I have a workday issue, go to this. And if I have network issue, go to that.
Yeah.
And this was the problem statement back 14 years ago. And that we saw saying, okay, we need to have one central approach and one central organization, which is also then connecting and getting services on this one central portal. And that portal was MyIT.
Okay.
So this, because then we tried to brand it in a way that people naturally remembers. So everyone who joins Siemens, he knows myit.siemens.com, and we are there.
Okay, so is it actually, you said it started 14 years ago. Is it like an early stage already example of how employee experience is like in a large enterprise? Centralized, made simple, like the front door. We heard that kind of several times today.
Exactly.
Would that be an example for that? Okay.
That would be the examples. And back then, it was the technology-wise, it was different. Yeah? Because 14 years, technology completely changed.
Yes.
But the concept remains that one door for every user to look by whatever they get. And what we build, started building 14 years ago, it had many components to it. So whole user, whatever user needs, user needs content. Here we have content on the portal. User needs navigation, how to find the things, search capability. User needs to have knowledge, so all the knowledge articles placed in a way that users can find them. News, big organizational news you need to know, and then if you go to the portal, you immediately see the news. Then we have a large CMDB I was talking about in the session also. So this CMDB is basically hosting all the CIs every individual has. So if I am the user, I have my laptop, I have my Windows, I have Microsoft 365 license, I have other licenses, I have other hardware, phones, tabs, everything. And this, if I have an issue or I want to just see what I'm getting charged for, I can see on the portal. And I can select the CI and I can also report an incident, or I can ask for some changes or order a new device, whatever. And this is what was the central idea of having this front door to the user.
And it's a global.
It's global.
You rolled it out 14 years ago globally.
Globally. And then we also, translation was one of the big topic, because German users, they don't like to work in English. So we said, okay, let's bring in all the languages and the translation capabilities and everything we had implemented back then. Of course, it was manual translation during that time. So we had to do it to the translation and then put it. And the technology changed. Now it is live translation. So it goes into the thing.
You said exactly in 14 years, many things happen. Can you walk us a bit through the kind of phases of the technology with it, automation and now till up leading to AI, live translation, and what role ServiceNow plays in it?
So 14 years ago, the idea was to get the services on board to ServiceNow. So it was more selling ServiceNow workflow capabilities and how the services get benefited with the workflows. So that was the idea. After that phase was like 3 to 4 years, because services, they had a freedom to do whatever they want. From their centralized way of working is like a framework. You have to work in the framework.
Yes.
So that was the first 4-5 years the challenge, because services need to understand, even if I give up the freedom, I get benefited. And then my users are much more happy. And this was the first phase, I would say. Then second phase was acceleration, where then services started thinking, I want this and I want this. And that was like doing a lot of developments.
Okay.
And that was the phase, I would also say, to build the technical depth. Because if services want and they want to pay and they are fine to invest, then you have a lot of work. And then you have to deliver. And if technology is not there, you start developing your own solutions to it. And that's how we then created a lot of technical depths.
Okay.
So after 10 years, our platform was super complex. We were, ServiceNow also has this methodology called health scan. And the health scan scores give you how standard you are from the application.
Okay.
See. So we were having score of 57. Ideally, you should above 90. Ideally. But we were towards 57, and it was iterating because, of course, we had built so many things. And by that time, ServiceNow also released the similar things, but we are in the old era. Changing is always difficult. And that's where this third phase then started. We started building the foundation, meaning we re-platformed the whole thing. We redesigned and we adopted to the latest ServiceNow technology.
Oh, wow.
And the platform was standardized.
Okay.
This was 2 years.
When was that?
It was in 22-23.
Okay.
And no, 23-24. These were the 2 years we deployed. And January 25, we were fully live with because all the automations we didn't wanted to use. But at the same time, we wanted to standardize. And that's why it was more difficult. If you start from scratch, I would say this would be easier now.
Okay.
But because we had something built and we had to replace it with the standard, it took a long time. And that too, we achieved it without any user downtime.
Okay.
So your downtime was only 6 hours.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
for such a massive player, this is remarkable. And this is where then the third phase started, because first building the foundation, and as soon as foundation was built, ServiceNow started rolling out all the AI functionalities, and we had also Now Assist, and it was perfect timing because we were already prepared for that.
Okay.
And then, of course, first initial 6 to 7 months, it was also ServiceNow launched during that time AI Lighthouse program. They only select customers they had early privilege to use the AI. There we were participating, and in that program we realized that we are taking too much time to implement use case.
Okay.
And that was also the learning, because we were in our old mindset, first find the problems, and once you find a problem, then solve it with the technology.
Okay.
And this approach for us took long time, because then you are looking for multiple solutions, and ServiceNow, how they work and how they have deployed the use cases were different than what our problem statement was.
Okay.
And then we said we had a brainstorming session, and we sat together also with ServiceNow team. And the idea came up, instead of we looking at problems, let's go via solution. Whatever solution ServiceNow is giving, use them.
Okay.
And this was clearly upside down approach, but that gave us a lot of speed and also immediate benefits.
Okay.
And this approach is working. So initial 6 months, we deployed 2 skills, and that were not too much used. Also, the usage was very low
Okay.
because they were always complex.
Yeah.
And after the approach change,
Yeah.
now we have delivered 17 skills, which are at much more faster pace, and they are being used constantly. And it is really very valuable for the users, because they see immediate AI component to it.
Yeah.
So long answer, but
No, it's a long story. I mean, it's 14 years. But you mentioned now several things at the end. On one side, you said, yeah, well, ServiceNow first primarily like an ITSM platform. Now changed more, would you say it became a more central workflow automation platform in your company now, in MyIT? And secondly, you talked about the deployment, yes, and adoption rate, definitely. And now the skill set you're using. So I would like to understand um, how did that kind of get started? I mean, when did you get that AI trial piloting and then really spirit, and how did you get the adoption rate at the end? First, I mean, that is where it's kind of gets stuck sometimes, I can imagine.
yeah. So in 24, no, it was end of 22. We had a workshop, and our CIO Anna, she had a vision to have touchless IT.
Okay, yes.
And this touchless IT, what does that mean for us? That was the workshop all about. CIO vision, she was very clear what we want to achieve. And then we have this methodology called Dreams and Details. Jim Hageman is promoter of that methodology. So dream was to reach to touchless IT.
Okay.
And for that touchless IT, then we started looking at what are the opportunities. And we found so many opportunities in ITSM area. And this is where then the thought process started.
Okay.
And that is how we also identified that biggest blocker is the technical depth, and we need to get rid of it. So, and also we were doing a lot of experimentation on how to then, because also it was question mark, should we again go back to ServiceNow or should we change? That was the point. So
Right.
how do we handle it? Because we had to invest whether to re-platform the ServiceNow or to jump to another cloud. So we also did a lot of study, and we also wanted to have agentic AI. It was very new topic that time. So we did a lot of research, and MoveWorks was that time. It was independent company at ServiceNow. They had really very good offerings, and but their constraint was we cannot work with your custom things. Yeah, you have to come back to standard.
Yeah.
And this is where then we said, okay, now let's do the study. We did internal study, and we realized that the market best is still ServiceNow.
Yeah.
And that's why then additional investment in ServiceNow and the whole AI journey started during that time.
Yeah. And how did you get the adoption rate up? How did you start from there?
So for adoption, we have something called as maturity levels.
Okay.
In SIAM world, everyone knows there are SIAM maturities, and we followed the same approach also for adoption. Instead of taking every service directly to the highest maturity level, we said, okay, and our CIO, she is a strong supporter of all this. Yeah, so you have to have that executive support, and she's great supporter of it. And this is where we started saying everyone has to get onboarded, no matter what. Even if you have great tool outside, scrap it, come and join us.
Yeah.
And that was a mandate given by CIO also.
Yeah.
And on the other hand side, then we made it easy for them not to have every process adopted. Start with the basic level 1, which was incident management, knowledge management, complaint management.
Okay.
And of course, CSAT, which comes along.
Yeah.
So this is the level 1 maturity we call, and then we add on the request management and the change management and escalation management and all other processes that becomes higher maturities. Yeah. So if you are a level 4, that is the highest maturity where you have implemented everything.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
This is how we then adoption journey we created. One is to get everyone on board.
Yeah.
Even if level 1, no problem.
Yeah.
And then phase 2 was asking them to move to the next level and next level. And typical experience is ServiceNow platform. Initially, people from outside, they say, yeah, this is right or wrong, whatever. And once they start using it, they love it.
Okay.
And that's where then their maturity goes up.
Okay.
So it's much easier to get them on board first, let them experience with the very basic processes, and then they themselves ask for moving along.
Okay. Okay. This is kind of learning and kind of by experience.
So,
How did you then decide? You were mentioning before the 17 skills, if I got that right. What is that? What does that mean? And what skills?
So you need to have agent productivity. Yeah? So agents who are working on the incidents and the requests, they need to have something which is helping them to solve the things or to write things. With the Gen AI and agentic AI, you can also do this. And this is where the skills are coming in picture. So one of the skill which is really very helpful for us, typically there might be a very complex incident coming in. You spend a lot of time doing a lot of work notes and you collaborate with many people. And in the end, you say, oh, this is how it should work. And it is documented everything in one incident. But if you don't create knowledge out of it, it's lost.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
And this is where we deploy the skills, where you can just click a button and the full formatted knowledge article is created where you can review and publish.
Yeah.
So it is much easier to review, read through and correct small things here and there and publish it than writing it from scratch.
Yeah.
Typically, it would have taken one day for a person to go through, understand all these different things and put it together and format it. Now it is done in few seconds.
Yeah.
So this is the one example out of these 17 skills.
Yeah. You were mentioning in the panel this kind of avoid incidents wherever possible. Is that the idea where it's going, or are you close to that actually
Yes,
already?
This is what is the qualitative benefit I'm saying. Yeah. So when we talk about the ROI and all that, we only talk about the effort saved by the person writing knowledge article. But no one is talking about, because now knowledge article can be created in 1 second.
Yeah.
There are more knowledge articles created.
Yeah.
And what does knowledge article do? It avoids the incident.
Yeah.
Because user, when he goes to the portal or he goes to the bot, he has answer to his question. So he doesn't need to raise any incident. He gets the resolution at one hand on first hand.
Yeah.
This is how we avoided many incidents.
Yeah. If we go back to the data topic what you mentioned before and in the panel as well, it's the basic or the underlying data part that you need actually as a foundation. What role does it play? The data quality, what was your situation that you had to deal with? Can you tell us more about that?
So any automation, this is not about only AI, any automation needs a strong data backing. And if you have a data which is partially correct, you cannot get the full automation.
Yeah.
And this is where we had to focus on, because as I told you, we had grown the platform over the number of years, and the service adoption was also over the number of years. So they had multiple attributes, and the data in those attributes, even if the attributes were different, the data was same.
Okay.
And this is where data model plays a role. So if it is a serial number, and if you use attribute serial number for every serial number, AI understands, automation understands everywhere one field, and it's easy. It's simple. If you have 15 attributes for serial numbers and they are in different tables, it's difficult. It's not impossible.
Yeah.
But it is difficult. You have to do much more additional parameters you have to feed in. The query performance is bad, and then overall experience is not that good. And this is what we did. We had to do a lot of rationalization of number of fields. So incident form, we had like 365 attributes, which was the highest limit.
Okay.
And then they said, hey, why this brawn? This were gone over the grid of time. So we sat together, rationalize everything. We were down to 50 odd. And this is where then the things are much more controlled. Data is perfect. Everyone has the same meaning of every attribute.
That's
And this is the difference.
yeah. Another topic that's now mentioned within the within the context of the agents is governance, and do that as well now, the AI control towers. I mean, with more and more agents going on operational tasks and changing things, governance becomes critical. Can you tell us more about what did it mean for you within the project, and where do you stand now, and how do you see it?
So this is still a challenge for us, because take an example of incident analyzer, where incident can be analyzed by the agent and the solution can be provided.
Yeah.
Technically, this is possible.
Yeah.
And this you can do out of box ServiceNow. So ServiceNow provides a solution which can be used. But there can be also ChatGPT solution, and there could be another agent solution, and the applications or the services, they can always create something else. And if now we have too many things trying to solve only one problem,
Yeah.
then the governance is a question mark. Because over the period of time, how will you govern them to follow certain framework is a problem. Another thing I see is AI also comes in because now it is generating something.
Yeah.
It also has a lot of hallucination risk, and this hallucination, what is the you cannot get 100%. So you have to have the governors on how much hallucination you can accept, and this is not easy. This is very tough. Today there is no measures available where you can govern something, and these are the things which we are looking at how to solve them. So currently we are not yet allowing agents to do everything on them on their own. So we are trying to supervise. So human supervision is there
Okay.
to try and find out such hallucination cases and then retune and fine tune.
Yeah.
But we have to find a solution.
Okay. Still, in this case, it's the learning and then by experiencing. And which role does the AI control tower play within this that we were hearing a lot?
At least what I heard today, because today's keynote was really on
Yes.
AI control tower. I'm very optimistic, especially the secure and out of the whole thing, secure layer is something I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Of course, we have to now go into more detail, understand how it works in the system. But this is where I think it's a gap in the market, not only for ServiceNow, for all the tools. And that may be a good solution.
Yeah. Yeah. So for you at the moment, it's literally you're supervising all agents and every step.
Not all the agents, where the agents are taking decisions, the boys they are supervising. If agent is doing summarization, we don't need to supervise it. So whenever there is an action, when there is an act by the agent, we don't allow agent to do is autonomous operations. We have supervision.
Okay, then you kind of say, yeah, now go, you can do that. Yeah.
For example, in MoveWorks, we have also 40 agentic use cases, which is solving the incident. Let's say I have an issue with my PKI card.
Yeah.
And the PKI card, typically there are only 3 actions which you need to do to resolve it.
Okay.
And all these 3 actions we have configured in MoveWorks, and MoveWorks can find out where is the issue, and it proposes, hey, can I clear your cache? This might solve your issues.
Yeah.
And then the human need to press a button, yes, do it.
Okay, I see.
So this is the supervision, because you need to know what I'm clicking, and then the cache is cleaned and it's fine. If it says, hey, I will reboot your computer, then it's a hallucination.
Yeah.
And this is what we are doing as a supervised action. So right now we are not making it autonomous. We have vision to make it, but it needs some hype.
Yeah. Regarding the vision that you mentioned, the touchless design, effortless support, how close are you getting there? Is it already yet, or where do you stand? And that
We just started this vision. It's a vision which was created naturally this year, in 2026, and that's why we have a target to 2030. It's a start, and with the all the technology growing and moving so fast, we are optimistic that we will reach it.
So the idea is to make support as invisible as possible. Thank you very much. I'm looking at the time as well. Thank you very much, Jayant, for this conversation and for sharing your experience, your insights with us. And just one last question on your personal note. What is it? Where do you see it going? What you're most looking forward to? What's the next steps?
I am really looking forward to AI control. That is the biggest concern I had, and that would really solve it. If whatever we saw in the things, if it becomes a reality, that is what I'm really looking forward to.
The security, governance, the topic. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you.